coming out this morning. I'm here for a very important purpose. But I want to preface my remarks at this press conference to let people know that I've been living in the city of Newark since 1955. I was here when it was good times, and I was here during bad times. I came home after the 1967 riots from Cuba, the disturbances in the city. And I think that's important to know because I've watched young men and women, young boys and girls grow up to be adults. I've watched them grow to be positive adults, and I've watched some just die on us in the course of time. Ras Baraka is one of those positive adults that I've watched grow up. You know, I've watched off and on the opponent grow up. And so as a person with some years of life and experience, I've paid attention and made observations. And I know the difference. Amen. And so with that, this press conference is being called today for me to publicly and formally endorse for the mayor of the city of Newark and the May 13th election, a young man who I've seen over the years stand up, never gave up.
That's right. That's right.
And to fight for the rights of people.
That's right. That's right.
And that is Councilman Ras Baraka. The problems that we've been plagued with for so many years. This upcoming election is about issues that must be addressed by the next mayor. And who can best represent the taxpayers and voters as mayor, working with everybody. This election is about electing a mayor who's not afraid to stand up and speak out against political bosses.
That's right.
And their poverty-based plans, who gets help at the expense of taxpayers with their corrupt activities. That's right, man. This election is not, it is about workers' rights, it's about job protection. This election is about economic justice, social justice, and the ability to provide the necessary resources to the Newark public schools that will get directly into the classrooms for our children to receive a quality, thorough, and efficient public education.
That's right. Say it again. Say it again.
New Jersey has denied our students for over 20 years. This is what Councilman Ras Baraka has been and continue to fight for every day of his adult life. I've observed this. This is what most of Newark working families and small businesses and students and the unemployed have been fighting for day in and day out, while Cory Booker was out of town tweaking and making money. The question is, where was Ra's opponent, voice, and visibility in the community of Newark during our years of fight and struggle for the rights of Newark residents?
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to tell you since you asked. He was meeting and collaborating with Wall Street hedge fund friends and wealthy business investors who are part of the privatization movement to gain control of public schools and public school buildings in this city.
Say it again.
And state for the benefit of wealthy business partners and friends. When Ras becomes mayor, we all become mayor. His voice and the hue and cry of the people is oftentimes ignored by those in the elected office that can make a difference. Our next mayor, his voice, and the people of Newark will be heard, recognized, and responded to in a positive way when Ras becomes mayor. Unfortunately, is running a campaign that is deceiving, and it gives the voters the false perception of who he is and who and what he really represents.
That's right.
He's not a crime fighter.
That's right.
He was not an attorney general prosecuting and investigating crime. The opponent was a special counsel to the attorney general.
Say it again.
Reviewing programs that we funded at the state level for the Juvenile Justice Commission.
That's right.
And reporting the information to the attorney general. He did not reduce recidivism.
That's right.
He advised the attorney general from reading reports required to be submitted by the commission under state law whether or not inmates released were returned back to the facility. At the state level, we cannot determine, for those who don't know it, in most cases, why an inmate returned or did not return to the facility. We cannot determine which of the programs were effective or ineffective. We cannot determine if an inmate did not return for reasons other than the programs at the Juvenile Justice Commission. The state can only say that the number of inmates returning were less 1 year or more. This is not crime fighting. This is called reporting and monitoring. Councilman Baraka's opponents attack him in his media attempts to give the voters the impression that homicides are up in Newark because of Councilman Baraka and the South Ward. The opponent does not attack Councilman Aniba Ramos, who is on his team of homicides that are occurring in the North Ward. He does not attack Councilman Augusta Amador, who's on his team for the homicides that occur in the East Ward. That the council only make the laws, and it is the mayor's responsibility as the administrator to enforce the laws, to work with this administrator to develop the strategies and the plans and the programs to combat crime and to provide the necessary services to the residents that would enhance the quality of life in the city and make life better for all people. I support Ras Baraka for mayor because he speaks and works with the victims and their family members. He interacts with our youth and young men who are caught up in the web of the gang drug activities to teach and show them that there's a better way of life via education, job training, and employment opportunities. I support Ras Baraka